Hello, this is a Bechstein Model 10 upright, 1905. It's one of our favourite models for Bechstein uprights. First of all, let's look at the case. It's not been repolished by us. It's in good condition, but not perfect condition, so I'll try and show the blemishes. That's where the candlesticks used to be on. We call them sconces, in fact, in the trade. And there's the Bechstein name. You see, this music stand's original and very good condition, very nice rosewood. Bottom panel is very pretty, so it's good all-round rosewood. We certainly could repolish this piano, and we have done them before, but I think it's in reasonable condition, and obviously it costs a lot more. We had to take about 30 coats of French polish we put on, and antique waxing if we're going to French polish, but it doesn't need it. There's nothing, not sort of bad fading or anything like that. Having said that, when you close the foil, you can see the original rosewood colour here. You can see how it's faded evenly because it's been open all the time. So left open, you wouldn't know. Closed. So we can repolish the piano, but it's very smart when it's open, and obviously much less expensive. You can see the music stand lined on there as well. Now when you put the music stand down, of course, they disappear. And here's the sides of the piano. This is the left-hand side, and it's very even, very slightly rough to the touch actually, but it looks good. Right-hand side, almost exactly the same. Again, very slightly rough to the touch, but looks very even. And top of the piano, blemish here, otherwise very, very nice rosewood. There's a close-up of the blemish. That's when you get close up to it, you can see it obviously. I think our polishers tried to disguise it already. As I say, we can repolish the whole piano, but very expensive to do that. It's worth it on a Model 10. There's an example of our French polish. This is on a Steinway upright. I've used this in other videos because we're storing it for the client, and it's a beautiful rosewood. So both Steinway and Bechstein have really, really nice rosewood veneers on them. Now, I forgot to show you that the keys are in perfect condition. They're wonderful ivories actually, and all original, so literally perfect. Now what we would never skimp on is the regulation and tuning on the pianos. By the way, the important thing, whether we fully restore a piano or whether we recondition one like this one, is are the tuning pins tight? That's number one. And then are the hammers very worn? Now if you look at these hammers, and you'll see hammers on new pianos, honestly there is hardly any wear. It's difficult to believe, but we found the piano very, very flat, which means that the piano hasn't been tuned for ever so many years, and the hammers are almost 100%, and the hinges on the hammers, that's really important too. If the piano is worn and the hammers are flat, you'll also find the hinges are often worn, and that is a problem. But this Model 10 of Bechstein really is a favourite of ours, and so we try to recondition as many as we can, or fully restore. You see the new tape we put on, that's a proper leather tape, because you can get plastic ones, but we do the best. If we're going to do something, we try and do the best. And regulation, well, the dampers we've regulated, you see them coming off together, and the hammers to dampers, so that the hammer goes halfway to the string, then the damper comes off. Also, very important really, the first thing is the lost motion. Is there any? On these ones you've got a rocker system to adjust that. So all that's been done. And listening to the tone of it, by the way, the touch is one of the things I really like about these. That's why they were so popular. The Bechstein Model 10 and 5s were really popular. The only problem with the older 5s tend to get rest planks that need replacing. These don't. These are usually perfect, though of course every piano you have to look out with central heating not to dry it out. So listening to the tone. So rich. Let's compare that with a new piano. Very different sound. Sorry. Hear the warmth of that. Now, of course, that's for a different style of music. You probably find the new Euphoric that I played more suitable for jazz. This is perhaps more of a classical, very gentle sound. Just singing so well. In those days, everybody had pianos, so they were, the top pianos were a huge amount of time went into making them. That's why a new piano can't possibly match that, unless it's a very expensive one, of course. And even then, the tone of these old ones is so rich. Listen to that. We'll play the new one again. There's a new sound. Just so rich. Obviously on a video it's hard for you to perhaps hear that, but I can assure you that's what's special about these pianos. By the way, I forgot to mention we did a repair on the music stand on this one. If you look closely here, you'll see the way that this bit was missing altogether. It's quite common actually. These swing music stands are better than the modern style. But if you look on the back there, you can see where we've used a piece of wood to brace across and do the repair. But I think you'll agree that that's pretty much 100% the same as the other side. So that's a Model 10 Bechstein upright piano, 1905, and one of the Bechstein's best pianos. We're particularly fond of them, as you probably gathered so far in the video. It's because of the rich, warm sound here and excellent touch. It's got to be tried really to believe it, but just very, very smooth to play and smooth sound. And tenor area, as well as the treble, is very, very rich. I have a video called Surprise Straight or Overstrung, and it's related to the Model 5, Model 10 Bechsteins, and it illustrates just how the strings are actually longer here in the straight strung piano. It's slightly taller than the overstrung. Down the bottom here, the overstrung piano has longer strings, but here, where it really counts, because that's where you play it the most, has longer strings and a richer sound. And there's many reasons why Bechstein, and Richard Lipp, the piano next to this one here is a Richard Lipp, and again a straight strung, and just one of their best pianos. It's the kind of piano I want to keep on playing. Thank you very much for listening.